Hello everybody, this is Mr. Bowman. Today we're going to be looking at the ALEKS topic, special right triangles with decimal answers. So we're not going to have radicals. We are going to actually try and approximate those with rounded decimals in order to make it perhaps more useful depending on what our application is. So we have two special triangles. We have a 45-45-90 and a 30-60-90. So our original 45-45-90, or kind of our reference one, I suppose more than original, ends up with 1, 1, radical 2 as its measurements. So I'm going to set up mine here. So h over 2. I like to have that variable on top just to simplify my calculation a little bit. So h over 2, and then I'm going to set that equal to as a proportion to the ratio over here. So h over 2 would correspond to radical 2 over 1. Okay. So when I cross multiply these, I end up with h equals 2 radical 2. So that's my exact answer. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a calculator here and find out what 2 radical 2 would be approximately equal to. So just a tip when you do this, I recommend finding the radical first and then multiplying by 2 as opposed to trying to do 2 times the square root of 2. It just seems like some calculators handle that a little bit better if they don't have like a graphing calculator capability where you can see that whole screen. So radical 2 is approximately 4.14, and then I'm going to multiply that times 2, and we are going to round it to the nearest tenth, so 2.8 would be our answer for h there. Okay. For our other one here, we have a 30-60-90, so setting this one up, 90 degrees, we're going to put our 60 down here, and then our 30 up on the top there. So this one is 1, 2, radical 3. So same idea, I'm going to set up a proportion with my variable on the top part. So c over 5 equals, and then I'm going to set it up with the same over here. So c was down here, and 5 is over on this longer side. So c over 5 is going to be equal to 1 over radical 3. Okay. So for this one, when I multiply the 5 over to get the c by itself, I end up with c equals 5 over radical 3, which is true, but remember, this isn't rationalized. Now, fortunately, since I'm looking for an exact answer, I don't really need to worry about rationalizing it too much. I can go ahead and type this in directly this way. If you want to rationalize it, depending on how your calculator works, sometimes it's easier to type this in. So you can do radical 3 times 5 and then divide it by 3 afterwards. Either one should give you the same thing because they are mathematically equivalent. So since we're looking for the decimal answers, we can do it however we so choose. So however you want to do that is up to you. Either way, you should come out with nearest tenth, so 2.9 for this one is where that should come out.